What's going on, horror fans? It's Foos here. Scream 7 is out. We have talked about it, we've reviewed it. Now it is time to do a fresh ranking on the entire franchise. In case you didn't check out the last ranking video, I'll do a quick little recap here just so we know where that stood. Coming in at our number 6 spot, our least favorite last time around, we had Scream 6. Coming in at number 5, we had Scream 3. Our fourth spot was reserved for Scream 5. Our third spot was Scream 4. Coming in at number 2, we had Scream 2. And our favorite on the list last time around was the OG Scream 1. Now, this list is going to be a little interesting. Not only are we injecting a whole new movie this time around, but some of these previous entries have definitely moved on this list for me. And when I did this ranking the last time, I said that that was likely to happen. Depending on the way the wind blew or how I felt on a given day watching it, there could be some movement. And, you know, as I've said before as well, there's no such thing as a bad Scream movie, in my opinion. Even the ones that are lower on this list have a lot of qualities that I enjoy about them and are movies that I say I'm a fan of. Even 6, with the back end of it being what it is, there's still a lot of positive about that movie that I do enjoy. So, I wouldn't say Scream 6 is a bad movie. I would just say it's a good movie with a bad ending, um, in my opinion. So going forward, that holds true still. If you watched my review on Scream 7, you'll know I'm fond of that one. So again, we've got a list of 7 movies here, and I don't think any of them are bad movies whatsoever. But somebody's got to fall in at the bottom, right? Speaking of the bottom, that's where we'll go ahead and start. Coming in at number 7 on the fresh Scream movie list is going to be Scream 6. Unfortunately, still. For the same reasons that it was at the bottom last time, it's at the bottom again this time. That has not changed enough for this movie to surpass any other movie on the list for me, unfortunately. But I won't beat Detective Bailey to death anymore. I've said enough about how I feel about him. But also, like I said, this movie has no real depth of consequence that really sticks out at you. There's a lot to like about it. Still, don't get me wrong, and I've given it its flowers for all of that stuff, but it's still at the bottom of the list for me. Moving on from Scream 6, at number 6, we have a little bit of a fall from grace here from our previous ranking, where this one was at number 3. Scream 4 is going to be coming in at number 6 this time around. And I still like Scream 4. I'm probably the only person out there, it seems like, that actually likes the little filter. And don't ask me why I like it. I just do. I can't explain it. But yeah, it's dropping down this time around for me, and I don't think it's as much about what Scream 4 has done. I think it's more just about what the movies that were behind it last time have done, and it's like it's not a you with me type of thing for these. Yeah, there's just movies that were behind it that just aren't now. So just kind of pushed Scream 4 down the list a bit. Yeah, still like it, still really enjoy it. A lot of things to like about Scream 4 in particular. Gale Weathers, definitely one of her best versions as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, coming in at number 6 is going to be Scream 4 this time around. And who knows, maybe, a year or two, if we get a Scream 8 down the road or something, and I got to re-rank these here, Scream 4 could be number 2 for all we know. It is what it is sometimes. But yeah, so moving on from Scream 4, coming in at number 5 on the list this time around is going to be Scream 5. This one's just been pretty consistent, throughout for me. From the time it came out, I was a fan of it. You know, throughout rewatches and everything, it is held up. It's one of those movies that I feel like does a good job of, you know, knowing what it's trying to do, and it pays some good homages to the original and things like that. Really enjoy the opening scene. I think Jenna Ortega does a great job there. Really, really like the use of the Red Right Hand song. I've mentioned that before, and the way that that's incorporated into a kill. I feel like that's done really well. Just Scream 5 just holds up. I enjoy it. So it's going to hold out right here, kind of in the middle of the pack there at number 5. But moving on from Scream 5, moving on to our top 4 here, our big 4, if you will. Coming in at number 4 and kind of just continuing to work its way up is Scream 3. And it all boils down really to that third act of Scream 3 for me. I mean, there's other things I like throughout it, don't get me wrong. Like, I've talked enough about being a huge Jennifer Jolie fan. That's her whole dynamic duo thing with Gail is priceless. But really, that third act and everything that it adds to Sydney's story, as far as discovering not only is your mother not who she thought she was, but she has this long lost sibling. Then come to find out your long lost sibling is actually the mastermind behind everything awful that's gone on in your life the last few years, it, it makes Roman Bridger such a powerful force in this franchise, and yet has to make him, you know, top level Ghostface, right? I mean, Scream 3 just keeps getting better over time. It's like fine wine. So it's coming in at number 4 this time around. And that's another one that we can talk about this a year from now or whatever, and I could be telling you it's, top of the list or, top couple or whatever. It's just how these things seem to flow sometimes. But moving on from that, we'll go to our top 3 that we've got here, and coming in at number 3 is going to be Scream 7. That's right, put Scream 7 at number 3. And this is just one of those kind of the opposite of Scream 6, where I said, the negatives sometimes outweigh the positives. This is one where the positives definitely outweigh whatever negatives that I see. Because I went into this movie with the number one goal that I had for it was wanting to see this phase of Sidney Prescott's character, what her life looks like as a mother, and how she handles that landscape along with what is inevitably coming for her because it's a Scream movie, so Ghostface is showing up. And I got everything that I wanted from that front in this movie. I felt like Nev Campbell gave us an all-time performance, one of the best that she's done as the Sidney Prescott character. I thought her daughter, Isabel May's performance was fantastic as Tatum, and that movie delivered on that aspect so well for me that I didn't necessarily care as much about the AI maybe going a little too far, or our motive with the killer being one of those ones you kind of go, at. None of that really resonated in an offensive enough way to make me overlook everything that I did enjoy about this movie. So Scream 7 is coming in at number 3. And I think this will be one of them ones that once a lot of the stuff going on around this movie dies off and, more people have a chance to let this marinate and all of that, I feel like this will be one of them ones that's going to age over time in a positive light. But, maybe that's just my opinion as a fan of the movie. But moving on from Scream 7, though, we'll go into our top 2. And unfortunately, all this isn't going to be very exciting because coming in at number 2 is still Scream 2. So you know where we're going with that. Obviously, number 1 is still the classic, the OG, the 1996 Scream 1. So just those two are just cemented there for me at this point. It's going to take a lot, I think, for one or two to move where they're at on this list. Now, as I said, obviously ebbs and flows. You never know. Shit could change. I could one day pop on, Scream 5 and be like, I never noticed 5 different things about this that I notice all of a sudden now. And this movie just hits a different way for me. All of a sudden, it's my favorite. Doubt it, but who knows? For now, that's how it's going to shake out, though. We've got the OG classic coming in at number 1, Scream 2 following behind, Scream 7 coming in at number 3, Scream 3 there at number 4. We're going to have Scream 5 coming in at number 5, Scream 4 at number 6, and Scream 6 at number 7. That's how my rankings looking at the moment, y'all. What are your rankings looking like on Scream right now? Is Scream 7 high on your list? Is it at the bottom of your list? Are you one of the ones where 5 and 6 are at the top of your list and everything else is at the bottom? I'm curious how it shakes out for different people. I always like hearing everybody's different rankings on this because you're talking about it was 6, now 7 movies in a franchise. Everybody's going to have wildly different rankings, it seems like, and it's always kind of cool to see how some people see things your way, but then other people see things completely opposite than you. So, hey, me with your rankings. Let me know what they look like. But that's all we're gonna have right now on the Scream franchise, y'all. It's been fun talking about Scream 7. You know, for good or for bad. But be on the lookout here. We've got some fun stuff coming up here. A little seasonal thing that we got planned. It's going to be a little fun. I won't spoil that, but be on the lookout. And then obviously we got a lot more Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger to talk about here in those franchises. So we got our work cut out for us still. But if you hung out for me with this long here, as always, hit that subscribe button, share the channel with some friends. Greatly appreciate any help any of y'all have given on helping grow the channel. But in the meantime, we'll see you on the next one.